So, Joe, we've got an email here that just came in this week. Wanted to share with you. This is
Okay.
Jerry in Nebraska. Um, hmm. Creeping Charlie is taking over my yard.
Is that his neighbor?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. I
Oh.
had it. I had it last year, and I just wonder how to get rid of that. I'll tell you what. When we get to situations like this, where I'm not really sure what a creeping Charlie is, but I think it's the best for us to go straight from the pros to get the answer on this one. And we do indeed have a pro with us today, landscape artist Steve Griggs of Land Design Studio Incorporated, that's considered one of New York City's area's top landscape design experts and certainly a member of the American Society of Landscape Architects. And we're certainly glad to have Steve with us right now. Steve, how you doing?
Fellas, what's happening down there?
Hi, Steve.
Everything's going great. We don't know about this creeping Charlie. Don't know whether we should be calling the police or calling landscape design artists. So help us out here, Steve. What about Jerry and his creeping Charlie situation?
So when I first got the invite to come on your great show, heard a lot about it, and first time listener, so it sounds really interesting. They asked me creeping Charlie. So when I heard that, I'm like, these boys are not from New York. They must be from down south or out west, because we don't call it creeping Charlie. We call it the Grim Reaper, right?
Oh boy!
Yeah.
Oh, it's getting worse.
It's bad. It's like being up here in New York. When that stuff hits your lawn, I spoke to my wife this morning and I said, "Hey, honey, I'm going to be on a radio show talking about creeping Charlie." She goes, "What's that?" I go, "It's that vine that grows across the lawn. It's got the little purple flower." She goes, "Oh, I love that little thing. It's beautiful."
No.
Yeah, a lot of people like it for the flowers, right, Steve?
They like it for the flowers, and it just is like the doom of death, man. That thing just takes over. It is like bamboo. Bamboo is, bamboo is very evasive, right? So it's kind of the same thing as creeping Charlie is the bamboo. So you want to know how to get rid of it.
Yes.
Yeah, what can you do? I mean, it's certainly not something I would assume that you can just spray a little magic lotion on it and it goes away. I assume there's a process involved in this.
Yeah, you want me to tell you the real secret?
Uh-oh. Yes, go bring it on.
You got a couple different ways. You got the organic type people who don't use any chemicals, and the only way to really get rid of creeping Charlie is pull it out manually by hand, right? You got to make sure you get the roots because it has very vigorous rhizome roots and it spreads like a vine across the lawn. You got to pull it out by hand. You have to put newspaper over it for a while or some tarps and really eliminate the light, right? That'll kind of take care of it for a while. But the key is a product called Speed Zone that we like to use in New York. Speed Zone is a type of herbicide. They call it Speed Zone because it has a capture some sort of long term in it that you use, and it speeds up the kill time of the creeping Charlie. The only drawback is if you do it on a hot day, it will burn the turf.
Right.
So if it's really hot day, then we can use a product called Trimec, right? There's two different kinds of chemicals that we like to use on that. Don't really go to the it's not a restricted chemical. Don't buy the ortho stuff from Home Depot. It doesn't really work, especially with creeping Charlie.
I got you. Okay, so and well, does it in some of the more acute cases? Do you need more than one treatment on it?
Yeah, you got to stay on top of it. Definitely stay on top of it. You have to get to the roots, right? So it's a systemic where it actually get absorbed to the leaves. And with the Speed Zone, you'll see within a day, you'll start to see the leaves curl. But really be careful with it on a hot day.
Right.
You have to mix I think it's 1 ounce per 2 gallons of water. And you got to spray it on when the leaves are dry, but it's not over a certain temperature. If it gets above 90, you'll start to cook the grass. So you want to be careful. You don't do it on too hot of a day, maybe in the morning. But that's the only stuff that I find that really kind of works. Other than that, you're better off going to get on your hands and knees and start pulling it out. It's a real problem.
Yeah, nobody wants to have that solution on it, even though that is the solution for a lot of weeds that are out there. But something invasive like this. So Speed Zone and the other one that you mentioned?
It's Trimec, Trimec. It's called Trimec. That you can use when it's a little hotter out and it won't really burn the turf. But if you have this stuff that's growing in your flower gardens and all mixed in with it, I would not spray the chemical on it. I would just pull that out by hand, and you can put this stuff on your turf. It's fine.
I got
It
you.
covers about 2 gallons will cover about 1,000 square feet.
Well, okay, good. If you're just joining us, we're talking to Steve Griggs of Land Design Studio in New York City. And Steve, I'm so glad I know you're a busy guy right now. This is one of the busiest times of the year for you, and we appreciate you taking a few minutes to spend with us here on today's Homeowner Radio to help out a few people that's got that old creeping Charlie creeping around the house, and certainly appreciate it. And we look forward to having you on again.
Anytime, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks, Steve.
Okay, you as well, Steve. Thank you very much.